What's happening? So listen, right? I was thinking about something, and it's so funny, but it's so true, right? But you really gotta listen to really, 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 get the message, right? So check this out. I had got a cleaning service, right, for my house, and before the cleaning people came, I was cleaning up my house, right? Now think about how crazy that sounds. I was paying for a cleaning service to come to my house. But in preparation for them coming to my house, I started cleaning up stuff, right? And it's crazy because my thought process was I don't want them coming in, seeing my house not up to, standards, but I'm hiring them to clean it. Now, there's a lesson in that, what I'm saying, right? Because so many of us, we show up to the world, right? And a lot of times we say, hey, we want some help, or, like, hey, this, that, and the other, whatever, right? But we show up and we try to dust ourselves off as much as possible, right? We try to, fix our hair and this, that, and the other, right? To show up to the world. But when we show up to the world like that, the world looks at us and they're like, well, ain't nothing wrong with you. What do you need help with? So months later, when your world comes crashing down and you like, oh man, I'm suicidal. I don't know, this, that, and the other people are looking at you crazy because they like, not you. Because the projection that you've always portrayed was that you got it together. I go through your timeline, you got it together. It's all smiles, it's all this, that, and the other. I've never seen you in a position that you needed help. And I say all of that to say this, right? You have to be authentic. You have to. One thing about me, and I people, a lot of people, get upset with me. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna say how I feel. I'm going to get that stuff out, right? Because my mind won't let me rest if I don't. If I'm not feeling good, if I'm feeling down, if something is really bothering me, I'm going to say it. Now, sometimes the people that you say it to, they don't want to hear it. But I'm still going to say it because I have to get it out, right? And in doing that, I always say this: your mess is somebody else's blessing. Somebody needs to see how you get through the depression. Somebody needs to see how you get through the drug addiction. Somebody needs to see how you got through that financial crisis. People need to see that. But not too many people want to show it. Nah, everybody wants to show up as the Superman or the Superwoman. And that's just not real. That's just not real. When I talk to somebody and they acting like, I see straight through it. And I'm just looking at them, I'm like, nah, That ain't it. That ain't it. But the metaphor that I use, think of how crazy that sounds. You're ordering a cleaning service to come clean your house, and you spend the day before cleaning your house because you're so worried about the people that you're hiring to clean might look at you a certain way. Some people will spend hours getting ready to go out to impress people that don't really matter, to impress people that's going to talk about you, as soon as you leave, right? So if you're living for that applause from them, if you're living from that thumbs up approval for them, you're going to die when they don't give it to you. There's no way in the world that you should be giving your all and your best to the outside, but not doing it to the inside. Think about that. You show up your best version of yourself to impress people who really don't care. They really don't care. But you need that applause. But your house messed up. Your family life all jacked up. But that becomes low on the totem pole because you care about what everybody else thinks. That's your nourishment. That's how you get filled up. Somebody says you do a great job, you like, oh man, you on cloud nine. If your partner, significant other, friend, family, whatever say you're doing a good job, it's just like, oh, okay, thank you. Because they're not feeding that ego, right? And the worst part is a person who needs that ego fed acts like they don't have any ego. They act like they don't have any ego. So when life hits you in the face and them applauses stop and you not getting that feedback, then you go into a spiral. Then you start feeling like, oh, my life is over, this, that, and the other. Oh, blah, 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 and this, that, and the other, right? But everybody thought that you had it all together. You know why? Because you spent the day before cleaning up before the cleaner came in. So the moral of this is be real, be authentic, and understand this, man. Understand. If you're living for that applause, I'm telling you, you will die when they don't. And I don't mean, you know what I'm saying, physically die, but mentally, it will mess you up. It will mess you up if that's what you need for nourishment. You know the people that love you. You know the people that's been rocking with you. You know all of that. But at some point in your life, that isn't enough because they're familiar to you. They're familiar to you. For me, I always wanted my grandparents to just be happy about how I turned out. And a million people can tell me, man, you're doing a great job there. I appreciate that. I really do. But the moment that I felt that they really said, then I felt good. But I know that they really love me. They loved me when I was down. They loved me when I was up. They loved me in between whatever. They loved me because that's what loved ones do. So don't spend all your time out here trying to prove to all of these other people that you can never make them happy. I don't care how well you dress. I don't care how well. You can never make them happy. And that's why all of these people in Hollywood, once that fame starts to dip, think about how crazy they go. You know, the fans build them up because everybody likes that underdog story. Everybody likes that person that's from behind and they're cheering them on until they get there. And then when they get there and they have been, you know, depending on all of that love and this, that, and other, and when it stops when they're up there, they come crashing down. The real ones, though, that can appreciate that love but have such a love for themselves and have a nice circle, they're going to be great people. But just think about that. If you don't get anything else that I said, just think about how crazy this sounds. Order the cleaning service to spend the day before cleaning before the service came simply because I was worried about what the cleaning people might think.